Good afternoon, fellow social medians. Today, we're going to talk about the evolution of technology and user censorship. But before we get into that, let me give you the evolution of Erica, just a little quick tidbit. That way you understand how I can have an opinion in this matter. First off, in 2001, I received an internship after really hard work in high school, mind you, where I graduated 2 years ahead of myself and was already taking college classes. But I received an internship and an opportunity to have a look into the field that I wanted to potentially study. And it brought me to Smith Barney, which was, it started out, if you don't understand infrastructure, it started out in the Lehman Brothers group. And through time and evolution and stocks, bonds, mutual funds, trades, mergers, and all that fun jazz, you got Smith Barney. And then they became a subsidiary of Citigroup. And then Citigroup was acquired by Travelers. But in all of that, I was there from 2001 to 2007. I got to watch the housing market crash behind the scenes before any of you realized what the heck was even going on. In 2007, I, along with many other people, were let go. And we were let go simply because they didn't listen to the brains up front that saw this coming and showed them the numbers and went ahead and shielded their clients because it wasn't insider trading. The owned companies, they didn't even realize what was going on and they didn't want to listen because they were making all this money. And the people who did understand and the people that were tuned into that other frequency, they said things. And I'm thankful that even though I was here in little old West Virginia, there were alike brains working in that industry. And they picked up on that tuning. And it allowed them to shield themselves and some of their clients. I mean, nobody was unaffected when the housing market crashed in 2008. Everybody felt it in some way. But for some, the blow wasn't as bad. They didn't get to say, I didn't see that coming, because they chose to listen. So not only was I there for all of that and got to see the workings and watch that happen as lives fell apart and finances went down the drain, but it also was part of the technology boom era. So now that you got those little backstories, oh, and don't forget, I was enlisted during that time in the United States Air Force. So I have a cognitive thinking skill that I use daily, hourly, because I work with people. So I need to be able to read situations. So, I get it. But I'm not just a lowly old singer and a model and a nail tech and a bartender, because that's not all I can do. I have a degree. I'm doing what I want to do. That's the difference. So, I left social media for this reason right here. On Saturday evening, prior to Saturday evening, I had deactivated Facebook. I left Messenger up because I still have clients to get in touch with, and a lot of them will use Messenger even though they have my cell phone number. So I keep it. But on Saturday night, I was running the race of don't fall asleep, because you got to catch that alarm so that software doesn't just automatically install on its own. Because I've been rejecting a software update for a month and a half now, which also has kept my phone from working the exact way it should, because I won't let all their crap in. But I've done this for years. It wasn't something that just happened. I'm a techie. You'll understand that as we get further into this. So in the evolution of technology and, user censorship, think about the first cell phone. It was a brick itself. But think about the user manual. You could have troubleshot your phone and taken it apart if you needed to. Like, the last resort was going to the store or calling in a tech guy. But then time went on and nobody flinched. Nobody made a freaking mind and said, hey, you keep giving me more technology, but you're giving me less information on how to use it. Not one person objected. We said, feed me, give me technology. Ooh, give me the new phone. Ooh, it's a touchscreen. Ooh, this, ooh, that. The phones got better, but how to use them, how to troubleshoot them, how to keep them from having all your information, we never batted an eye. And you know what? That in that moment, each time we let them give us something better, but gave us less information on how to use it, we told them it was okay. You teach people how to treat you. You told them it was okay. So, okay, we went from getting Bibles with our phones to we get a leaflet now. It's front and back. And you be like, damn, I still don't know how to. Well, I mean, it turned on. Let's go. But now you can't even take your phone apart. You can't remove the battery. You can't do anything to your phone yourself. You got to call a guy in. You got to send it away. But we told them it was okay. They gave you the World Wide Web in your hand and said, hey, you can look up the book on your phone if you want to, but we know you probably won't. And most of you don't. You know, I have clients that would come in when the new phones were starting to come out, and Apple and Android were fighting, and you know, you got Android users, you got iPhone users. And I'm an Android girl because you ain't going to lock me out of nothing. First off. Secondly, I missed the Bible books. You know why? I read them. I wanted to know how my crap worked. And I did, because I could teach other people how to use their things. Like, people would come in for nail appointments. I'm like, all right, so I got a new phone. AT&T ain't no help. And I know this is not what you do, but can you take like 10 minutes and give me a tutorial? And guess what? I would do it. You know why I could do it? Because I took the time to learn about those things. The books that came with it, I enjoy those. I was the kid, and I'm still the adult, that I will read something while I'm eating and can tell you everything about it by the time I'm done. Like, I enjoyed reading cereal boxes as a kid. I wanted to know what the hell was going on. I enjoyed taking things apart because I needed to understand how they worked. But we allowed them to continually give us more technology, but less information. And you know, that's fine. But it's not fine at the same time when you're using that more technology and less information to deceive and work in the backgrounds. People, who do you think has the technology and uses the technology before the general public gets it? The government. Who do you think dumbs it down for the civilians? The government. The military. I got to see it all. I got to watch the evolution, and I got to watch the people, as we just said, gimme, 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 gimme. So I got off social media because on Saturday I'm sitting there and I had to update my Google app because my emails weren't coming through. In my Google settings, there was a setting that was turned off, but they want me to turn it on, that said COVID-19 exposure. If you allow this access, we can tell you if you and your phone is within the vicinity of someone who is awaiting test results or has it. I'm sorry, that is a violation of HIPAA at its highest. I don't give a good God, you know what, if somebody got COVID, because watch this. I had 1 million people come sit in my chair through time with the flu. I lived through it. I had people come in with the common damn cold. I lived through it. COVID, you ready for this? I'm quite sure 100% of my clientele was touched with COVID starting in January, actually December, running through February. But we didn't even know. Well, I knew it was a thing because I was actually tuned in and watching. I'll never forget when it first broke and they actually was posting it on the media sources in China. I was at the bar. It was a Monday night. We had Monday Night League Dart going on. Me and one other person were watching the TV, and we looked back at each other and said, shit ain't gonna be the same after this. You know what's about to come down the pipe. Nobody else in the room was aware of what was going on at that moment. 3 days later, people in that room, I'm getting texts about things going on. And I'm like, dude, that's like 3-day-old news, but whatever. So we choose to tune things out sometimes, and we tune the wrong things out. There's been a time lapse. There has been all kinds of lapses in finances, technology, and all of that. But they're all tied to one thing. One thing governs all of those things. The government. So it's really hard to separate us from them when we want to have a conversation. And I know people want to do that, but you can't. Unfortunately, they go hand in hand. The SEC, who the fuck you think governs them? Because there's somebody over everybody. Everybody has to answer to somebody. So we have got to stop arguing amongst ourselves, people. It's not healthy. But we're doing exactly what they want us to do. They've caused dissension on this level, and they're still up here pulling their magic trick. Look over here while I'm really over here doing this. I'm that person nobody likes to watch a magic show with. You know why? It does, like, it entertains me to a point. Because my mind starts working like, you know what? Let me tell you how they did that. Like, I can tell you right now they did that. I'm not trying to spoil it for you. It's just not as entertaining for me. It's a sleight of hand trick. People do it every day. Hell, people do it in their personal lives with the words that they say to manipulate a situation and get somebody to make an answer or to answer them in the way they want or to make the choice that they want. But see, I'm not comfortable with deceit because you don't know what choice I would have made had you told me the truth. But it scares you that I might not have made the choice you wanted. Well, how about you just be real and let nature take its course? If I'm meant to go down that path with you, give me the right information and I will choose that path. But don't manipulate. And that is what we have had happen throughout time. We have allowed parents to manipulate us. We have allowed spouses to manipulate us. We have allowed children to manipulate us. We have allowed government officials to manipulate us. And every day we say, we're okay. Well, it's just a little manipulation. But a little goes a long way. That's why I got rid of Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, everything on Saturday. Because when I saw that, my soul just was like, no, you cannot get in. But you know what? I had to stop and correct myself. They already in. From the moment I started using smartphones, I let them in. From the moment I started enjoying all the technology, I told them it was okay. So, I had to have a coming to Jesus with myself. And this is what I came to Jesus with. When you got a security clearance level that's classified, it's up there. But you have friends who have security clearance levels above yours, and they can't even get information on your shit. You know you have arrived. You are on a list. I've been on a list for years because I chose to enlist. I stay on that list, you know why? Because I'm still a healthy American that they could call back at any time to come serve. So, all right, game on. I've always said, anything that you want on my phone, you can have. Backdoor it, hack it, because I don't do anything that I don't want someone else to know about. Because at some point, somebody with a bigger brain than me can expose it. And guess what? I don't give a fuck. Anything that I do is not a secret. Nothing. So if some hacker or some CIA agent wants to work that hard to police us, have fun. I'm going to make my phone real fucking interesting. No, you're still not getting all the access to me, but I'm also not giving up my livelihoods because on no day has anyone said, hey, you don't have to work. Hey, you don't have to pay a bill. Hey, you don't have to run a business. I do because I need money, unfortunately, in this country to survive. I haven't found that island that I can just go off and be by myself yet. So, yes, I have a duty. I have to go ahead and let this thing play out. But I don't have to like it, and I don't like it. But I'm real comfortable. I'm back. You won't see my Facebook go away again. I know this is probably the longest video I have ever done. But it's time that the censorship stops. And only we can stop it.